Hey guys, how are you? I am Isa and I am back with a new video. So today I'm going to do a photo shoot. Nothing important at all. I'm gonna go take some pictures with a friend. I was just in class actually. I'm gonna take my makeup off and put on a new face of makeup. So I decided, why not film it? And why not talk through it? You like that? You know, I'm not supposed to be doing this because I'm supposed to be kind of rushing, but if anybody knows me, you know I don't rush. And I'm kind of late all the time, but it's fine. It's fine. Love me, okay? I will be right back. This was the best I could do for a quick bun. Okay, let's talk about my acne real quick. I never used to have acne this bad before, and there was like a weird thing with my hormones recently. My hormones have been going crazy since around May. And then around October was when like I started breaking out crazy. Now I'm just like waiting for it to go away. I know eventually it will go away as my hormones rebalance, but I don't know what to do really because I never had acne before. So I'm just trying to not really think about it. Whatever the most recent thing I've discovered, which is like freaking gold, is natural aloe vera, like the plant. So I take it, and then at night I've been putting it on my face like a mask, and I just leave it on overnight. And in the morning my acne scars are lighter and smaller. This is a disaster right here. I don't even want to talk about what happened with that pimple. But anyways, moving on. I want to use this palette so bad. This is the Venus palette from Lime Crime. Look at it, how beautiful. Like, pink is my favorite color, so I freaking love this palette. I want to use this, but I also want to do like just like a clean eyeliner look, you know, like just nothing crazy, just eyeliner. What do you guys think? Vote now. Let's zoom you in. I have like a dark eye area. I still like to conceal all of that and use concealer as a base. This is actually not concealer, but you can use it as concealer, foundation, whatever. I use it as concealer, and this is called Dermacol. The reason I don't really like to do these talk videos that much is because I talk a lot. So I am just gonna put, okay, I put like the tiniest amount of that because a little goes such a long way. This is incredible. So I'm gonna put some, just a little bit, and I actually put way too much, like way more than I needed to. So whatever, we'll just work with it, okay? So I'm just following the shape. After I've done that, I'm just gonna drag that down onto the lid. And as you can see, this makeup foundation concealer thing is like so thick. I think that little drop that I used on this brush could have probably given me a good amount of coverage on my whole entire face. I'm not even kidding. I mean, now I use more coverage just because I have the acne problem. But before, I would only use like a little amount of product just to cover my whole face. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend it with my finger a little bit. And then I'm gonna set it with my RCMA powder, which is this baby right here. And what I've been doing lately, I have this translucent powder from e.l.f. which I love. And I used to always just like flip it over and get some of the products of the RCMA like onto the top. But what I do now, put this powder right in here. That way there's not like a big mess. So I'm just gonna grab any brush. This is the Morphe Y11 brush, and I love it a lot for concealer, like for any type of setting on the eyes. I love it. I'm just gonna pat it in first and then blend, pat and blend. Same thing I do like with my under eyes, really. I wasn't going to, but it's just calling to me. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow Aura from the palette, and I'm just gonna put it like on the inner portion of my eye, but I'm going to drag it up past the crease so it can open up the eyes a little more. Lately I've been loving that. the eyes look more open and more alive. So I'm gonna use my favorite eyeliner of all time, and this is the AMC Eyeliner Gel number 77, which is just the black one. And let me zoom you in. I don't typically do eyeliner on camera because it's real hard, but I'll try, and if anything, you'll see me when I'm done. So I'm just gonna wipe at the very corner to make the edge very pointy. And of course I'm wiping away the concealer, but that's what happens when you're dealing with eyeliner. I'm gonna use my Mercier Foundation primer. I already put sunscreen on my face. Put a few dots of this on my face. Okay, I didn't shake it. Okay. So before I go on with foundation, I'm just going to cover a few of my blemishes with concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and use this concealer, which is actually from my friend's brand, Cosmetics-Illuminating. And it's just a pot concealer. It has great coverage and it's good. I like it. So I'm just going to take some on my finger and just start putting it on the areas where I feel like I need a little extra coverage. The darkest scars. I don't know whether to call them scars. I don't know what, like, do you call them scars? Like, they just naturally get really pigmented. I don't even touch them, and they're not like, they just like get dark when they go away, the pimples. So I don't know if they're scars or, because I would think a scar is like when you pop the pimple and it leaves a scab and maybe like a little hole or something. I don't know, but maybe you call these scars. Whatever. After I've done that, I'm just gonna take my favorite foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. My color is Spiced Sand. Well, this is really like my tan color, but I still use it when I'm not as tan. So what I do, because the color is a little darker on me, I just use a lighter concealer, and that makes it like blend really, really well. I apply on the area where I need more coverage first. So that would be my cheeks and jawline. I like to stipple it, or like push the product in first, because it really gets in there, you know, and it kind of blends in with the skin more. By the way, I used a really small amount. I should have shown you guys, but I used a really small amount because this is very full coverage, and although I do need it right now, it can get a little heavy, so I'd rather go with a light hand. And then literally this is what's on my brush, and that's probably what was on my brush the time before this one. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more here, and then I'm gonna put on my nose and my forehead, and just get back to working. So now I'm gonna rub it in a little bit more, but very lightly. I don't like rub hard because I just feel like that's gonna move the product everywhere. I rub lightly over the surface. I'm gonna go back to the concealer from Cosmetics-Illuminating, which is this one, and I'm gonna scoop a little bit out with my nail. That's kind of weird, but I'd rather get it on the surface of my nail than on the underside of my nail, because it's so annoying to get things stuck on the inside. It's kind of gross. I'm gonna put that on there, blend it out a little bit, but I'm not gonna blend it out completely because I'm gonna use another eyeliner as well. Eyeliner concealer. Concealer I'm using is the Ulta Full Coverage Concealer. This one's a little bit lighter than the other one I just put on. So now I just rub it with my finger, and I start from the bottom up because I crease a lot under my eyes, as I'm sure so many other people do. I just learned that the less product that you put right under, the less you will crease. I mean, obviously you have to set it, but if you work like your way from the bottom up, you put less product on your under eye. That's why I also I put the concealer like down here. That way I can highlight as well. And then I work upwards so I can put the least amount of product right under my eyes, and I can have the least amount of creasing. Because I just hate creasing. It just looks so bad. It looks like your makeup is old or something. It could be like done 5 minutes ago. It just makes it look bad. Fingers are like the best tool to blend. I will always stick by that. I'm I'm gonna go back to my powder from earlier. See, there's no mess and there's no waste of product when you do something like this. So if you have like a powder like in a whatever, in some kind of little package like this, and you have that loose powder, you can just pour it in there and the same technique. So I'm just gonna pat it in there, make sure it gets in those creases, and then I'm gonna bake a little bit. I just love baking for a few minutes because I really feel like it makes my makeup as smooth as possible. Like when I don't bake, I can tell. So I'm also gonna put a little bit down here, here, basically wherever I put the concealer. With a big fluffy brush, I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder like everywhere else. So just blend it in. A little bit on my forehead. So I'm gonna take my Kevyn contour book, and I'm gonna use the sculpting powder right here to contour. I'm gonna take the contour brush from Real Techniques. Literally, it's called contour brush. Got that one, huh? Just gonna contour a little bit. I really like this powder because it's literally a contour powder. A cool brown color. There's no shenanigans here. It's just contour. So obviously, I'm not bronzing with this because I will look like an ashtray. It really helps sculpt your face in a way that looks very natural. After I've contoured, I'm gonna take my bronzer. I'm just using the Stila Sun Bronzing powder and this Eco Tools brush, which is pretty cool. And I'm just gonna bronze. I like to bronze with my baking powder still on because I feel like it makes it look even more blended. Like there really will be no harsh lines if you do it this way. I have more of a diamond shaped head, so I don't contour or bronze my temples because I feel like they're already a little bit inward. Mostly I contour like the very tippity top of my forehead to make it shrink downward a little bit. And I'm gonna bronze on my nose a little bit. Even though I contour, I still like to put bronzer on my nose as well. It's like really hard for me to know when to stop bronzing. Like I could keep going forever. I'm using this Wet n Wild blush and pearlescent pink and a Wet n Wild brush. Oh, I think that might have been a little too much blush. I'm just gonna take this big fluffy brush. This is a powder brush from Sephora, and I'm gonna remove my baking powder with it. Blend, 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 blend. And that made the blush. You see, like everything is just one. But we are missing something very, very crucial, my friend. That glow. So I'm using, okay, this packaging is not very convenient. So, you know, it looks a little dirty, but this is what I'm using for highlight. This came in an Ipsy bag once for me, and I've loved it. This is like a highlighter duo, and I know it just recently broke like 2 days ago. I can probably fix it with like that alcohol trick, but am I really gonna do that? Nobody got time for that. I'm gonna use this brush from BH Cosmetics to put that on, and I'm using the pink one. Probably mentioned that already, but just in case. And as you can see, this is just like gorgeous. With this brush, it doesn't pick up as much product, but I like that because this highlighter is very, very intense. So I like these kind of brushes because they don't pick up as much product and I can just build on it. If I'm telling you this doesn't pick up that much product and I'm getting this highlight, it's like, how intense is this highlight really? Because girl, that glow is very, very intense. So I'm thinking, like, even though I didn't put eyeshadow on the top of my eyelid, maybe I can put some on like my under eyes and smoke it out just a little bit. What do you think? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this pencil brush, just take the same highlight and put some on my nose. I learned this exclamation trick from Carly Bible, and it's what I've always done now. I just think it makes sense. I feel like when I go all the way down my bridge, it just makes my nose look like very long and weird, and this one makes it look like, you know, perfect. It's like the perfect amount of highlight, and some on my cupid's bow and my inner corner. 4%. I have to pee anyway, so I'll put you guys to charge real quick. Okay guys, so I put my camera to charge for a little bit, and all I did was apply mascara on my top lashes. I applied some eyeshadow to my bottom lashes, and it kind of turned the look a little vampire-y. I used Creation and a little bit of Rebirth and a little bit of Aucoin right in the outer corner. And kind of dragged it upwards a little bit. What I'm gonna do is, because I was gonna use a dark lipstick, I'm gonna use a lighter lipstick because I want to keep this look light. I don't want to look like a vampire, at least not today. I want a little more of a glow, so I'm gonna use my LA Girl 120 watt strobe light strobing powder and just apply that like right in the middle of the highlight, just to like bam, you know. That just completes the look right there. There's no such thing as too much glow. Okay, that's it for the glow. For my lips, I'm going to line it with my favorite lip liner, which is Totally Truffle by, well, it's by Maybelline, and the name is Totally Truffle. My lips are so dry, by the way. Usually I put some sort of lip balm before I start putting on makeup because all the powders just like dry it out, but I completely forgot, and now I have dry chapped lips, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I didn't used to use lip liners before because I just didn't think they were necessary, but they really help elongate the duration of whatever lip product that you're using. I said product a little bit weird, didn't I? Oh, I'm using the Revlon-Matte Balm in, what color is this? Enchanting. And I really love this because it makes me feel so girly. Oh my gosh, my lips are dry. I'm gonna have to use a lip scrub before I really go. For the sake of the video, I have 5%, so I gotta go. I gotta wrap it up. I forgot to put mascara on my lower lashes. I'm using my L'Oreal Telescopic, one of my favorites, especially for the lower lash line, because look at this brush. It's perfect for the lower lashes. To set everything, I'm gonna use some rose water spray. And I'm feeling poppin', you know. I'm gonna zoom you guys out. Okay guys, so this is my finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed my little talk through video. Sorry it was a bit boring. I can't really concentrate when I'm doing my makeup and talk, like do my makeup and have a conversation. It's a little bit hard, but I definitely tried, and I really like how my makeup came out. I think I did something good. If you guys have suggestions for me, or if you guys want more makeup videos, I'm gonna try to integrate all of my interests in my channel. So I'll post a video about beauty, and then I'll post a video about health, but I want you guys to give me your suggestions so I can give you what you want. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked my look. I hope you guys enjoyed my little blabbing throughout this video. I am a little low on energy, but it's fine. It's a little bit chilly today in New York too. Like, I kind of don't want to go out, but I already did my makeup, so I'm motivated now. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye. using the Stila Sun Bronzing powder. And I'm just using the Stila Sun Bronzing. Really. I'm currently working on 2 health videos. One of them is about macros. I'm so cutting that out.